What's up, YouTube? Upstate Prepper here. Uh, we're going to do a quick video today. By the way, welcome to the Corona Deck. That's right, we're sitting here coming to you live and in person from the Corona Deck. We're going to spend just a few minutes today. We're going to talk a little bit about Cerveza bug. We're going to show you some suburban gardening and some things to look forward to coming up for the second half of the year. We're already halfway through, and we still have quite a bit coming our way before 2020 is over. One of which, Whiskey Alpha Romeo, and we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. But leave a comment for me today if you could. Let me know what it is you're prepping for. I am interested in finding out what it is that has brought you to the prepping table. Now, there's so many things actually that it could really be. Some people prep for natural disasters. Some people prep for, for instance, Yellowstone volcano or a Cascadia event. That's a big one. That's bound to happen. Nice 9.0, 9.3 earthquake over in Seattle area, followed by a huge tidal wave, just like in Japan, just like in Indonesia, Thailand. Same exact scenario. It's going to happen sooner or later. Whether we live to see it or not, we don't know yet, obviously, but it is going to happen. So, natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires. That's what gets a lot of people started. Other people are prepping for EMP, coronal mass ejection, Whiskey Alpha Romeo. There's the pandemics. The list goes on and on. Let me know what it is that got you started and what you're prepping for now. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear from you. So we'll start with some Cerveza bug numbers. Now, the country, United States, is up over 3 million cases of now I'm just going off of reported cases, the actual official numbers. The official numbers. So we're over 3 million cases as far as what's reported in. Now, the thing I like to look at when it comes to this, and I hear all the rumors. I know, yes, they're over-reporting cases. You slip on a banana peel. Oh, that's Cerveza bug. You choke on a hot dog. Oh, that's Cerveza bug. I don't know how true that is. I hear it all. I don't know how factual it is. Could that be happening here and there a little bit? Sure, I guess. Anything really could be happening. I don't see why that couldn't be happening. But to be honest, I really think there's an underreporting. I don't think that we've got the reporting right at all in an underscored way. For instance, in the country, pneumonia deaths are way out of whack from what they normally are. People dying from pneumonia. Now that's like to the tunes of tens of thousands more than what a normal year, in a normal seasons that would pass away from pneumonia. So the cases of pneumonia are through the roof. Could that be related? Maybe, maybe. Could some of the seasonal flu cases be misread? Maybe. In the beginning, there wasn't a whole lot of testing going on. They were pretty much intentionally not testing very much. So there could be, who knows how many cases that were never reported at the very beginning because of the lack of testing. Now it's not so much that, now we're testing like crazy. But, you know, the first couple of months, there was not a whole lot of testing going on. There just wasn't. It's hard to say. But we'll go off of the state-sponsored numbers. So we've got a little over 3 million cases nationwide. What I like to look at are the cases that have been completed, that have come to fruition. That means either you have recovered or you passed away. One of the two. You either got better or you are gone. Now, when you do the math on these cases, and there's like 1.7 million cases that are still active right now. The number of cases that have come to fruition is about 1,650,000 approximately that have completed its course. Either you've gotten better or you have not gotten better and you passed away. Now, of that, 138,000 roughly have led to the demise of the person that had Cerveza bug. So, when you take the number of those that have passed away from the total number of completed cases, which is really how we should be looking at this, in my humble opinion. Looking at this as straight off the board with all the total number of cases, I think that is to make it seem not as bad. You need to keep in mind the whole world shut down for this. The whole stinking world. Literally every nation on the planet shut down. Why? If this was a big nothing burger, why? So we need to keep in mind the total number of people, I think, is a misrepresentation of where we're really at. You've got to focus on the cases that have completed its course. The person has gotten it, they have tested positive, they have either gotten better or they did not. One of the two. And that works out to 8.4% that do not get better and actually pass away. 8.4%. Now, in the world of virology, that's huge. That is an enormous number to have fatal cases of anything. Of anything. That is obviously going to be a life-changing, world-changing type of event. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I encourage you to look at that for yourself and to think, why are we counting cases in the math that have not completed themselves yet? The person has it, they've tested positive for it, but there's no result. There's no result to what's happened with this person. Nice little butterfly. Um, by the way, I don't see a whole lot of butterflies. Where's all the butterflies gone? Where's the caterpillars gone? Where's the grasshoppers gone? Where's the praying mantises gone? I don't even hardly hear crickets at night anymore. I do hear some bullfrogs, hear some frogs. Where are all the insects? Where did they go? Other than flies and mosquitoes and stink bugs. Where's all them little critters you used to see in your grass and your lawn when you were a little kid playing in your backyard? Where'd all that stuff go? It's gone, gone, gone. But anyways, I digress. Keep looking at those numbers. Look at the numbers of the cases that have completed themselves, and then go from there. So I guess maybe we'll just take a quick peek. We're gonna take a look at here at some suburban gardening. What can you do? What can you do on a 1/4 acre? Because that's where I'm sitting at right now, is a 1/4 acre house in the village with a 1/4 acre of land. So let's take a look. Let me see here. So we've got some bins, and this is only my 3rd year at working on this, but and learning how to become a gardener and how to grow some crops. But this year I've gone to a lot of bins and doing some container growing. So we've got a couple Brussels sprout plants, tomato plant. We've got some tomatoes going there, some peppers, more Brussels sprouts. Got some cilantro. We have these are some more peppers. These are some hot peppers here. More Brussels sprouts. Here we have Italian oregano and Greek oregano. I got one of these upside down growers. We'll see how that turns out. My wife got that online. I put a pepper plant in there. We'll see how that turns out. Some broccoli. I had to get rid of some broccoli. This one might have to come out too. It's really not supposed to do that. So I may have to pluck that plant. I hope I don't. There's some basil, which I've already been cutting off of. When I'm cooking on the grill, throw it on some steak or whatever. It tastes great. Some pepperoncini peppers. I love those things. More Brussels sprouts. Down here we have some rosemary. These are my potatoes. This is the first year of trying potatoes here. So we have a combination of Yukon Gold and russet potatoes. So I have five large bins going, and what I did is I started down here with the dirt level, planted my starters, and as the greenage, the foliage grew up out of the dirt, I added more dirt until finally we filled the bins. Now, I mean, theoretically, if you had a container big enough, you'd still have it filled up to here with dirt and have potatoes still growing, so it's really unlimited. But obviously that was as far as I could go. So we'll see here in a couple months how the potatoes turn out. I'm hoping at least, if nothing else, to get what I need for starter potatoes next year without having to purchase any. That's the big thing. And we got a couple more bins here, a couple of raised beds. These are sweet potatoes. This is taking off pretty good. These ones are not taking off that great. Again, if I'm lucky, I'll get enough starter buds to start me off for next year and try again. This first year trying sweet potatoes, They're pretty finicky things. And I built this raised bed. I built all the beds actually this not that long ago. That's what I've been doing lately. We've got some peppers. We've got broccoli. We've got some cauliflower starting to go in here. Love the cauliflower. Love the broccoli. Picked up some of this netting here, which I've now needed to put around the bins and around the beds, as we've had some deer coming into the yard and eating. They ate the top of that plant right off. They ate some of the other tomato plants off. Probably ate at least 25 to 40 tomatoes. Apparently the deer love the tomatoes, and they love the tomato plants. So a couple more Brussels sprouts. We've got some yellow squash. Lots and lots of tomatoes going in here. It's looking good. It's looking good. We've got a combination of clean topsoil, compost, and Miracle Grow vegetable soil that we're using as far as soil for the bins and for the beds. And we still got some more fencing there that I need to finish off with. I kind of just threw some up here to protect this one. I need to fix this. That'll be on the agenda for this afternoon. Again, we've got some more peppers, some tomato plants, a couple Brussels sprouts. Over here, got a few carrots, got some green onions, we've got some zucchinis. They're looking really nice. We've got some cucumbers going over here, a few more carrots. We should have plenty of yellow squash, zucchinis, and a good number of cucumbers. And then I have these bins here, which I will be fencing in with the green netting probably this afternoon. And more yellow squash, and they're looking really nice. They're growing good. More tomatoes. Brussels sprouts are going to take until probably September, October before those come into fruition. But lots and lots of tomato plants. I predominantly chose to have Roma tomatoes as my tomato of choice. When it comes to tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, pizza sauce, it's really hard to beat the Roma tomatoes. They are fantastic when it comes to making sauces. Probably the best tomato you can use for saucing, or for making spaghetti sauce and pizza sauce, stuff like that. And I definitely do like to have my pasta. I do like some pizza, so we make the pizza homemade. So that's it comes right in handy. My wife's real good with making the sauces. So we'll be doing a lot of canning, a lot of canning. But as you can see, for a little quarter-acre plot of land here in the village, you can figure out ways to get some crops growing. It's not impossible by any stretch to get that going. I'm not entirely sure how much we're going to have before when the season's done, but we are going to have some. We're going to have some food. We'll be doing a lot of canning, and with any luck, we'll have enough to get through the winter without having to purchase, produce at the store. Once I get an off-grid location set up, I plan on moving my gardening to there, where I will have several raised beds going. I also will have some fruit trees planted. It take a few years for those to really, turn into something, but they will. They will. For if I don't get to enjoy them, my kids will. You know, we'll have some pear, maybe peach tree, definitely cherry tree. Probably not apple trees. They're really hard to grow. They're real finicky, require a lot of pesticide and stuff. We'll probably stay away from the apples, but pear trees, cherry trees, maybe peach trees. Um, that'll be nice for some fruits, some fruit trees. Speaking of off-grid property, looking for that right now. Trying to find 10 plus acres, at least 10 acres. I'd like to find 20 or more that I can get my hands on. I'm definitely looking to sell my house here within the next couple years and put myself into a bit more secluded, that if we're still floating around here in a couple of years, if I haven't been forced out already, put myself in a bit more of a secluded spot, along with my preps, along with my beds, along with everything else. So what do we need to look forward to in 2020? A lot. Folks, we haven't seen anything yet. Nothing yet. This month is really up in the air. I think the big thing next month for August, old Jizzy Maxwell, she's going to decide to take her life in prison, in lockup, under the watchful eyes of cameras and guards and everything else, who will, they'll, fall asleep, and coincidentally the cameras will be not functioning that day, and all sorts of neat things. But is she gonna be making it to testify in court? Not a chance. Not a chance. She is going to join Mr. Jeff. Exactly how that turned out last August. The 1-year anniversary will be followed by old Jizzy, and she'll have the same fate. Looking beyond that, we've got more protests, more riots. That's not going to stop, guys. Not going to stop. If anything, it's just going to get worse. When the election comes, it doesn't even matter who wins. Either way, there's going to be an eruption of protests, riots, violence, you name it. If Trump is reelected, the left is going to lose their garbanzo beans. If Trump is not elected, we are going to turn into, you might as well start calling your buddy's comrade, because that's the way that's going to be heading. If he's not elected, it's just that much sooner before everything heads south, as far as things like, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Federalist Papers, all the things that we take for granted that won't be here soon enough. At least by getting Trump back into office will give us 4 more years, hopefully, to get ready for everything to come apart. If he is not reelected, then you can expect things to come apart pretty quickly thereafter. Keep an eye on who Joe Biden nominates as his vice president, as his vice presidential candidate, because that will be your new presidential candidate. That'll be your president if Biden is elected, because he is obviously not fit for office. So whoever that VP pick is probably going to become the president of the United States if Trump is defeated. And last but not least, Whiskey Alfa Romeo. China, 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 China. It's coming. It's coming. Watch the news. A lot of trouble between them and India. That India's preparing already. They're preparing for Whiskey Alfa Romeo with China. China has already put the hard hand down to Hong Kong. They are building the islands in the South China Sea, and Taiwan is next. And once Taiwan becomes next, then, well, depending upon who's president, will depend on what happens with that. Because that's Taiwan is someone that we swear to protect. We'll talk about the creation of Taiwan in another video, and what that's all about, why that's even a big deal to begin with. But that's where we're at so far. There's a few things to look forward to coming up at the end of the year as the year progresses through. Come November 3rd, that's the day. That's the day where everything goes one way or it goes another way. Either way, they are probably not roads you want to be on. Just a matter of which badge you like better. So with that, we'll talk again soon. Folks, this is the Upstate Prepper. We'll see you on the next one.